Good afternoon. As you can see, the sun is shining. Beautiful day in Britain. The weather's so perfect. So what an appropriate topic today. Hoping to get people stirring, sizzling. And that is, should we be given a referendum on Muslim repatriation? Should British people be given the right to have a referendum on the circumstances, the situation, the political situation, the spiritual situation of deciding whether we want to have Muslims living in Europe, in America, or even in Africa. There are countries where Muslims are not allowed. In one country in Africa, where they don't allow Muslims at all, not because they are racist towards the race of Muslims, but because Islam is incompatible with social political progress. They don't want to live side by side with you unless they're going to terrorize you and maim you. Should we have a referendum, on sort of Muslims leaving our countries? And the reason being, and that is, I think it's 1400 years later, and Islam, the religion of Islam, still having difficulties in adapting to the modern life. Still people are bombing, and terrorizing us for not believing in the fake leader Muhammad. And as such, since we are in a situation where there is no compromise with Muslims, they cannot live in the Western world without having no-go areas, creating Sharia law. In a second, I will play you a video where the police are being chased out of areas which are designated as Muslim patrol areas or Muslim free areas. So there's no Christians allowed, nobody, just Muslims. And this is in Europe, this is in Britain. So this situation is quite serious. When you have the Queen's men running like girls, something is wrong. And unless we have a serious discussion as to whether we are willing to live under these critical conditions, living our lives in fear of terrorism. The incident which happened, I think it was yesterday, I do not tolerate it, by the way, but an Iranian boy or teenager got beaten up very badly. Right? And you know something? There wasn't one post, not one post of someone apologizing or showing sympathy for what happened to this Muslim Iranian who got beaten up so badly by a group of people, including women. And nobody showed sympathy. Nobody. They tried to compare it to the Lawrence inquiry or the Lawrence incident which happened in 1992. There's no difference. Stephen Lawrence was killed because he was black. He did nothing wrong, right? With Islam and Muslims, right, they are a violent religion. I'm not excusing what happened to that Iranian teenager. I'm saying to compare his attack with Stephen Lawrence, right? Is watering down what the racial murder and the motive as to what happened to this young man in 1993 or 92. Now we already have black people being compared to sodomites. Now they're comparing black people to Muslims. Where are we going to go next? Comparing black people to pedophiles? They're really lowering our estimation, to compare Muslims, with the death of Stephen Lawrence. I think that's below the belt, really below the belt, Anyway, a referendum, in my humble opinion, I think is needed in order for society to be able to move on, because it will get worse. It will get worse. The politicians, all they want is to suck the big dick of the Arab oil fields. They don't care about the racial tension that's building. They don't care. If you go to certain areas, you can feel the earth is shaking. You can feel the heavens is about to break asunder. You can feel the death of mankind is coming to an end. You can feel that the four horses of death and apocalypse is brimming. But the politicians, they're busy sucking dick. They don't care. You know, they don't live in those kind of neighborhoods. So they will put you in the pot. They will put you in the boiling pot. Not listen to you screaming and shouting for help, and they don't care because they're busy sucking the big dick of Arab oil. It's up to you, the people, to force a referendum. Democracy. This is about the people. This is what the Greek term means, democracy. It has nothing to do with the government. It was the will of the people. And if the will of the people are advocating a referendum regarding dealing with Muslims, then this is what the people should have. The British, the English, they were brave. They had a Brexit. And the reason why they had a Brexit, you know, they said 33%, but I think it was more than that, was to deal with immigrants. Get them out. Right? That was the reason why the British were bold and brave, right, to have a Brexit. They were sick and tired of the immigrants coming over to England, that green field of William Blake and Elgar, land of hope and glory. They were sick and tired of it. They wanted to keep Britain white. And to their credit, they had a Brexit and they won. Now, why not have another referendum on whether Muslims should be kicked out of Africa, America, and Europe? That if you look at countries where there is hardly any Muslims, the people live in peace and harmony. Peace and harmony. Muslims can, with the religion, I don't mean Muslims who are Christians or Muslims who are atheists. You know, well, you should say Arabs, because Muslim, if the term Muslim itself comes from Islam, right? So it's the Arabs, right? Arabs who are Christians or Arabs who just don't believe in religion, right? They're welcome. They're not a threat. So we're not being racist. We're looking at the religious terrorist component which makes them do what they do. And that is what we're having a referendum on. We're having a referendum whether we should ban Islam and Muslims from Europe and Africa. Should we have a mass referendum? Because I tell you something, if we did that, Muslims would change. They can't survive on the oil, with their oil field. They have to sell it. They'll be forced to sell it to you free of charge. But we haven't got the brain. We haven't got the concept how to deal with these terrorists. What do you think? Should we have a referendum on removing Muslims from Europe, from Britain, from America, from Africa? 2 countries in Africa have already done it. Look it up. I can't remember the name of them, but 2 countries in Africa, I'm not sure if it's Ghana. 2 countries in Africa banned Islam, banned it. In China, the Muslim tried to threaten the Olympics, and the Chinese government moved in, and now the Muslims like babies, sucking their thumbs in the corner. You don't hear of these Muslims. China, they know how to deal with them. They know how to deal with them. They're not mollycoddling them, put them in cotton wool, like Britain and America. There. The Chinese, they know how to deal with these Muslim threats. And since Britain and America don't know how to deal with this Muslim threat, should we have a referendum? Now, I will post to you damning video showing the dangers of Islam, where they are setting up Sharia law. They are setting up no-go areas in your country. In your country, they're setting up no-go areas where you can't go. In your country. If you fancy a drink after your wedding or your birthday or Valentine's, you dare walk through these Muslims area and they'll confiscate your drink from you. And knowing you'd allow it, you wouldn't even fight back. And you're cowardly. You would jump to the mosque and fight them all. Because you're cowardly. I dare any Muslim, well, I don't drink, but if I wanted to drink, I dare any Muslim to come and take my drink off me. I'd go to the mosque. Oh, you don't know what I'd do. You try and mess with me, a free man? Mess with me? You don't know who you're messing with. You keep your damn Quran to yourself. Should we have a referendum on getting rid of these varmints?
Fucking cowards! Run! Look! Run! Run! Yeah. Bad boy! Bad boy! Bad boy! Run! 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 This is it! This is the best of luck! Is this how you're going to control this crowd? You're joking! What's that? Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Oh, shut your mouth, you shit, fucking prick! This side! This side! This side! This side! This side! This way, guys! Allahu Akbar! This way!
You know the way.
Look at the children! Just follow the police. Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Free, free, Palestine! 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 Okay, slow down. Get the camera. Palestine! Free, free, 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 Palestine! Allahu Run! Run! Run, you cowards! Run, you cowards! Kuffar! Run, you kuff! Run, you kuff! Allahu Akbar! MashaAllah! MashaAllah! Man! Put it out!
We don't need this right yet.
Hey, don't give everyone a bad name!
Brothers, don't please read into the back. We don't need this right.
We don't need bad publicity! We don't money back to the sea. Do you think we know these guys? They're gonna get it. Yeah, I know. PC, come on, don't worry about it. Go with the camera, watch it. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Allahu Akbar! Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free! Fucking cowards! Cowards! You coming back, you cowards! Cowards! You bananas! Free! Yeah! Free! Saban! Salam, brother, salam! Salam, brother, salam! Salam, brother! Calm down! Keep back! Go back, man! Run for your life! Run, you swine! Down, brothers! Keep going. Free Palestine! 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 Slow it, slow it. Listen, let it start the right. Slow it down. Let it start the right. Chip chop, sharp, 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 sharp. Slow it down, slow it down. Alright, leave him alone! Wait. Come on, eh? Let's have a fucking war! Get back! Watch this one, watch this one. None of that coming, cut this swine. I've got your camera. I'm watching you, boy. Run! You shouldn't be in front. Go in the back. You know what he's me. Allah di kasam I'm moving you back. Mind these two, the girls. Fall back. Keep it back. Huh? Take it easy. Yeah, of course.